Welcome back to another Switchcraft review. Today I'm going to be talking to you about Steamworld Heist for the Nintendo Switch. This is a game that's been out previously, but now it's coming to the Switch with all of its DLC. And if you don't know anything about the game, it is a two-dimensional, kind of like side-scroller version of a turn-based tactical strategy game where you play as cowboy robots in space. Now, if that isn't enough to get your attention, it's also a Steamworld game. And if you don't know anything about them, Steamworld has it. The worlds that they make are very, very well put together. They feel like this living and breathing place. The dialogue is extremely well written. It's hilarious. The characters will say things like "Tarnation" when you shoot them. And it just makes for some really funny moments. I really am enjoying playing Steamworld Heist, just like I remembered, or not remembered, but enjoyed playing Steamworld Dig 2. Now, I never actually played Steamworld Dig 1. That could be a lie. I might have played it just a little bit, but Steamworld Dig 2 is one of my favorite games of 2016. And so when the developer reached out to me and asked if I was interested in reviewing Steamworld Heist, I responded with a "Oh, hell yes." I was definitely interested because I loved SteamWorld Dig 2. Now, the big difference here is this is a completely different type of game. SteamWorld Dig 2 is a Metroidvania style game, side-scrolling, very action-based, whereas SteamWorld Heist is a very slowed down, tactical game where you have to take a moment, turn-based, think about every single little move that you want to do before you do it. And I love how they've shown that this developer is exceedingly good at both things. Now, they can make a very great action game, and they can also make a fantastic turn-based tactical game. As you play through the game, there'll be different missions that you can go on, and each mission is worth a certain number of stars. And as you complete those missions, you will either earn the full amount of stars that they're worth, or you'll earn less if you didn't do so hot, which is most of the time what happened to me. I don't usually earn the maximum number of stars that I could. And the stars are important, though. The stars are your reputation. It's not like other games where it's just telling you, well, you did okay, but you could have done better. There are certain things that won't happen unless you have enough stars. Maybe you won't be able to hire certain cowbots, which is the cowboy robots. That's what they call them in the game. You won't be able to hire certain cowbots. Maybe you won't be able to go to certain places until you have enough reputation for fighting against the bad guys in the game. You won't have enough reputation to go to certain places. So you have to strive to do well. Now, that being said, there seems to be enough levels that even if you don't get the max stars on every level, you can still progress. In fact, if you're having trouble with a certain level, you could just go to a different level that maybe you only got 1 star on. And now that you know the game better and you've upgraded your characters a little bit more, you'll do better on that level. And you can earn full stars on that one, and maybe you can completely skip. I never really did this, but you could even completely skip a level that you were having trouble with. I think that the reputation system is really cool, as it really gives me the ability to decide which mission am I going to go to next, or maybe I want to go back to an older mission. And something else about the missions that's really cool that I really like, and this is something that is very important to a game like this, is they have a different number of characters that you can take with you. So all the way down to 1 character, you can do a mission that's just I forget what they called it in the game, but it's just a solo mission where you go in all by yourself, 1 character, you take out the enemies and you steal the loot and you get out. And that's very, very important. So let's jump into gameplay and we'll talk about why that's so important. Whenever I play a game like this, what tends to happen to me is that I have a certain set of characters that I really like at the beginning, and I get to playing those characters. And then as I meet new characters, I'm like, well, I think I'm going to stick with the characters that I already know and that I already like. And as I play, they out level all of the other characters, which makes it even harder for me to go back to a character that I've kind of neglected for a while and bring them along on a mission. And that means that no matter how many characters you have in the game, I tend to only stick with the same set all the time. This is where the solo missions come into play. The solo missions make it so that I can take a low level character and, just kind of grind them up to being high enough level so that they can go with my crew on the missions, which gives me a lot of replayability. And I like that because going through and playing the same mission with a different set of characters can be really, really enjoyable. As I was playing, some things that I really loved is the fact that you can switch between your character. You just hit your L button, and you don't have to go like if it selects your captain at first, and you hit your L button, it'll switch to somebody else, and you don't have to finish your move right then. So maybe I move my captain along for a little bit, then I switch to another character, I move them, and then I switch to another character, I move that third character, and then I can take all of my shots afterwards if I want. I think that that's really good, mainly because it gives me options. Maybe I took out an enemy that I was going to attack with my captain, but I took them out, and now I don't have to waste that action on my captain. I can use that action to heal them up or something like that. Um, the graphics are very reminiscent of SteamWorld Dig. Um, the thing about these games that I really, really like as far as the graphics and the art style go, they feel like somebody had taken these characters and cut them out of paper and then hooked the legs and arms together with like those metal brads. That like if you think back to grade school, you probably made a few characters like this where you could move the arms and legs because you have like these little metal brads at the joints and you had these paper characters that you could move around, which was really cool. And that's the art style that they went for with this game and with the other SteamWorld games. And I think it really, really works. The animations are top notch. I love the way that the characters move. I really enjoy the attack animations, and the audio for the game is really great. The music is awesome. It reminds me of a Western in space, which is, thumbs up. Um, when you go to a bar, the music changes and it has lyrics. That's the only time that I really don't care for the music. But other than that, I think that the music is really great, and the sound effects are really great as well. I love the way that the cowbots sound when they talk. It doesn't sound like, and this is a benefit for both the developer and for me. I like the way that it sounds, but they don't speak English. They speak like this weird machine sound, and that means that they don't have to translate it when they go to different languages, which is very, very smart of them. Uh, the punches and the gunshots, they sound loud and impactful. And overall, I think that no big surprise from this company that the graphics and the audio really, really great in this game. When you're playing the game, you have different classes. Just a few of the classes, you can have sentries and vanguards. Sentries are like snipers. They get certain abilities. Like they get to early on in the game, they get bonus damage if they shoot without moving first. Vanguards will deal extra damage if they are hurt, and there's other classes in the game as well. And as you play these characters, they level up and they unlock new abilities. Sometimes those abilities will just be a +1 to health, and sometimes they'll be brand new things like the Inspire ability, where if your characters are nearby, the character with the Inspire ability, they all do bonus damage. And this makes it so that if you know your character's abilities and you take those into account when you're positioning your characters for a fight, it can really turn the tide, and that can change it from a 1-star result on your mission to a 3-star result on your mission. So I thought that it was really, really great, and I had a lot of fun with that. My recommendation, if you pick up this game, is to play it slow and don't go fast, because you're going to make a lot of mistakes. There's certain missions that I really like where there'll be a countdown, or like maybe you'll get onto the ship and there'll already be like a countdown, and it shows in the top middle of the screen, you've got this many turns before something bad is going to happen. Maybe that something bad that happens is turrets are going to pop out of the ceiling and start doing extra damage to you, or reinforcements for the enemy are going to get summoned. Overall, my overall thoughts on this game are that Steamworld Heist is a great addition to the Switch, and it's going to have some stiff competition, because the game that I guess I could compare it to the most is this year's strategy game of the year, Mario plus Rabbids. It's that style of game, but this takes place outside of the Mario universe, and it's a 2-dimensional instead of 3-dimensional. I find both of those games really good, but I'm very, very bad at both of these style games. I'm going to tell you straight up, I did not finish this game. I probably won't finish this game, not because it's not good, but because I tend to lose over and over again. I can tell you, though, that this game is very well made and extremely fun. And it also has many, many moments where you're just like, okay, I've just beat this level by the skin of my teeth. Or, man, oh man, if I had made just one change to my strategy, I would have won this level. There's a lot of moments like that. You never feel like you failed because of some random RNG nonsense. You always feel like you failed because you made a mistake, and that's a good thing. Failure is a good thing. You learn from failure. And so this game is going to teach you a lot, because you're going to be learning from failure. One other thing that I almost forgot to mention that I really like is the sniper class, which I've forgotten what they're called again. Sentries, I believe. They can bounce shots if they have a certain gun, like with a laser sight. They can bounce shots off of the walls and floors and stuff. So when you're trying to line up a shot, you can shoot and bounce it off a wall and have the shot come back and hit the enemy in the head. And it's always really fun. Also, little bits of flavor that they added to the game when you're shooting. If maybe you shot just a little bit high, you'll shoot the enemy's hat off of their head instead of actually hitting them. And you can pick up their hats and have like a hat collection, and you can change the hats on the characters, which is stupid and doesn't really do anything, but it's fun nonetheless. And this is a game where I will say it is extremely charming, and I highly recommend that you pick up Steamworld Heist on the Nintendo Switch. It comes with all of the DLC, and highly recommended by me. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this review. And if you didn't know, I have a podcast called Nintendo Switchcraft. You can find it in any podcatcher. Just head on over to runjumpstomp.com/listen. You can subscribe for free. And 3 days a week, I drop a brand new episode for you to listen to. And we talk all about Nintendo Switch. So anyway, thank you very much. If you've played Steamworld Heist and you like that game, or if you're going to pick it up based on this review, leave a little message in the comments below and let me know what you think. So anyway, have a great one, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.